We have the Shiloh Community Garden and Apple Orchard. This was started back in 2010. This is my second year managing the garden. Just last year, over there you'll see a 35 tree apple orchard that we installed with the help of Rutgers University and other community stakeholders. We were able to get a local artist to paint a mural out front and try to make this a little bit more of a place of space. And just this year we got a Rutgers landscape architecture class to install a vine arbor. So next year we'll have some grapes here and some apples. So we'll have a pretty cool fruit orchard on top of having a community garden. Within the community garden, we have 41 beds inside the fence, to about 34 gardeners. Some people have 2 beds. And we also have 4 neighborhood beds outside the garden. And the reason we put this in was, you know, as with any community garden, people, sometimes produce goes walking or missing. And I thought it would be good to put these neighborhood beds on the outside. We're right next to a whole bunch of low-income housing, so the idea that people here who can't really, you know, supply for themselves can pick a tomato on their way back home and eat, and be able to experience some of the urban agriculture here in town that's grown by folks here at the community garden. Our Better World Market, which is on Route 27 on the intersection of Somerset and Franklin. And we bring in fresh produce every week. We bring in a lot of local food businesses, people who make jams, salsas and whatnot, and they're given a very low stress environment to sell their wares, help build their food business. We help support local farmers, and importantly, we also give access to fresh fruit and veggies to the poor community that's kind of surrounding our farmers market. In addition, any produce that's unsold gets donated to our soup kitchen, so the waste from that program goes into our soup kitchen. So whenever we have like 50 pounds of tomatoes left over, that goes right to feed our guests that come in every day that rely on us for food assistance. So this garden, the land we're standing on right now, used to be a graveyard that was managed by the United Methodist Church in town. And, you know, we're right next to some low-income housing, so, you know, this graveyard was kind of a site of urban decay. People would come and congregate here and do, you know, illegal, illicit activities you really shouldn't be doing. And just seeing the transformation from that graveyard to this is really the power of urban agriculture and community gardens to me. Turning a spot that wasn't productive, where, you know, people are coming and doing things that aren't that great, scaring off folks in the community, and turning it into a gathering point. As an urban planner, I believe very much in the idea of places of space, so turning this area into a congregation point for people who wouldn't normally be talking to each other. We have a whole bunch of different like ethnic backgrounds that come into this garden, a whole bunch of people in different age groups. We have Rutgers students, we have residents, so it's really a great spot for people to come and talk to each other. I find out new recipes and herbs every time I talk to somebody here, and it's really that people interaction and like beautifying the space that's the real power of this kind of work. I mean, besides all the food that you grow, which can help out folks who are in like lower income brackets, you also beautify a space and get people to think about growing food in their backyards. Some of the power of this garden is, you know, the people that garden here see that's really not that hard, and maybe they start growing some tomato plants on their own back home. Maybe they show their neighbors a little something that they learned from this garden, and kind of spread the seeds of urban agriculture and just growing your own food in general to people that you come across.